Now, I thought the Montreal Canadiens game 2 nights ago against the Arizona Coyotes was really, really hype. That was a 4-1 win, the guys were on the board, Carey Price was doing his thing, but then on the back-to-back, the next night, the Canadiens were in Vegas. And oh my goodness, if I thought that Arizona game was hype, this Vegas game was out of this world crazy. It was demoralizing at times, it was exciting at times, and ultimately it ended with a huge comeback by the Habs. Max Domi proving that he was the better Max than Max Pacioretty, and Pacioretty still actually having a fairly good statistical game for his stat line. The Montreal Canadiens have defeated the Vegas Golden Knights. Check this out. It's 5-4 in overtime. And it's a huge comeback by the Montreal Canadiens. Let's go over the game review here. Let's go over the goals, because this one starts out, again, it's an early goal. 2 minutes into the game, it's Phillip Danault from Tatar and Shea Weber. I said it in the last video, I'm gonna say it again. What the hell is up with the Montreal Canadiens and these early goals? Within the first few seconds, within the first few minutes, this was a crazy thing that happened again, and it's a really nice play. Tatar steals it, Weber takes the shot, the rebound comes out, and then it's Danault at the side of the net to bury his 5th on the year. So, really nice for him. The Habs are getting goals, and they end up with 5 here tonight. Danault starts it all off in the first period. However, the first period doesn't come to a good end for the Habs, as William Karlsson gets one at the 14-minute mark from Marchessault and Smith, and Alex Tuch gets one with a few seconds left in the first period to give the Golden Knights a 2-1 lead at the end of the first frame. That second Vegas goal scored by Karlsson, it looks like it's assisted by Marchessault and Smith, but really, this one was just Marchessault. Marchessault picks up the puck from inside his own blue line and sends a long outstretched pass to a streaking William Karlsson, who comes in, he scores, he proves that he's still a capable goal scorer in this league, and the Tuch goal, well, that was just another long stretch pass over to a Tuch who streaks in, he comes in, he shoots, it beats Kinkaid. By the way, Kinkaid was the starter in this one, and the Habs actually won. Imagine starting your backup on a back-to-back on the second night and actually winning. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make fun of Toronto for that, because I'm a Toronto fan too, but let's go over to the second period here, because they only saw 1 goal in the second period, and this one was a game-tying goal. It was an unassisted one at the halfway mark of the game, pretty much. It's Jonathan Drouin here who gets the goal. It's Domi who feeds it back over to the point. Petrie throws it out in front, and Drouin has it. He dekes over to the backhand. He tries shoving it in, but it's like blocked. It's touched by a whole bunch of Golden Knights. It's eventually stopped, the play is, and it looks like it crosses the line. Video review does confirm that the puck does indeed cross the line. So on NHL.com, it counts as an unassisted goal because the Golden Knights player actually put it in himself. That was Brayden McNabb. So really nice performance by McNabb, showing his allegiance to the Montreal Canadiens by putting it in. That's why it was an unassisted goal, by the way. So it's 2-2 at the end of the second, pretty much. And at this point, the shots, they're 27-19 for Vegas. So if you had to pick a game that was looking like it was going to come out on top, it was Vegas. Kinkaid at this point, he was doing pretty well, but so was Marc-Andre Fleury at the other end. 2-2 game, and coming into the third, it could really go either way. And it went Vegas's way. The first goal of the third, it's Cody Glass and Mark Stone. They give and go. They do a few cross-crease passes and feed it over to themselves a few times. It's Cody Glass who starts things out on the far left side. He throws it across through the crease to Mark Stone on the right side, who gets a nice shot, and it's saved by Kinkaid. Then Mark Stone goes into the corner, picks up his own rebound, comes from right to left, and sends another centering pass to Cody Glass, who takes it, he scores it, and I just want to give some props to Cody Glass. The guy has been absolutely on fire. My goodness, Glass has been such a good player so far. 3 goals in the short NHL stint that he's had. He's at half a point a game right now, which is awesome. I remember watching Cody Glass through the World Juniors and watching him in Portland because I'm in Vancouver, we love our hockey, we love our Western Hockey League, so we're always paying attention to the dub. And Cody Glass was always one of those guys that I thought had a huge NHL future. For my team, the Vancouver Canucks, I wanted to see the Canucks draft this guy at 5th overall in 2017. Now, I know, looking in hindsight, that's not the right decision. Elias Pettersson was the best player of the draft, but Cody Glass, he's a good player. And he gets one here against Montreal. Then, give it a few more minutes, and then all of a sudden, it becomes 4-2. It's Mark Stone from Pacioretty this time. Before we talk about the goal, let's talk about Max. This was Max Pacioretty's 250th assist on his career. That's a lot of assists, but in fact it gets a little bit more crazy because Max Pacioretty, with these 250 assists, actually also has 250 goals. So Max Pacioretty got his 500th point last night on a goal where he got the assist, adding up his totals to 250 goals, 250 assists, to 500 total NHL points in the 706 games that he's played, most of them with Montreal. So Max, obviously, he was a captain for this team, and he was a really good, productive goal scorer for this team. So we have to give our props, give our respects to the fallen Max, who gets an assist here, but ultimately is not enough. Mark Stone is the guy who has his 8th on the year. It's a weird play by Kinkaid. He pushes it out. Pacioretty one time passes it over to Stone, who shoots it. He scores it. And all of a sudden, the Habs are down 4-2, and it's not looking all too great. But you gotta remember, this is the Montreal Canadiens. This is the team that is one of the best teams in the league in terms of goals for, and they pulled off a huge 6th period comeback. And I say 6th period because this is the 6th period of hockey that the Canadiens have played in the span of less than 24 hours. So this is honestly looking like a real task at hand here. But the Canadiens do it. It's all started off of the back of Tomas Tatar, who gets an unassisted goal with 7 minutes to go to bring the score within 1. This right here is Tomas Tatar's 4th goal on the year. It's coming off the tails of a power play. It's over to Petrie, who sends it over to Domi. Domi wing to wing. Tatar, Petrie, Domi into the center. Armia, rebound comes out in front, and it's Tomas Tatar who gets the goal here. It was dubbed unassisted, but it was a really nice passing play by the Canadiens, really taking things into control on that power play opportunity. Petrie, by the way, what a game by Jeff Petrie. What an absolute gem of a player this guy had, but we'll talk a little bit more about that after. At this point, it's 4-3 for Vegas, and things aren't looking amazing. They're looking much better than they did a few minutes ago, but they're not looking amazing. Give it a goal by Brendan Gallagher to tie the game up. Brendan freaking Gallagher. He gets goals at the start of the games. He gets goals at the end of the games. This one was with about 1:58 to go. Brendan Gallagher from Armia ties the game. It's an empty net opportunity. The Habs rush right in. Big forecheck coming in. It's played over. Armia throws it into the slot. And as we know, it's Brendan Gallagher in the dirty areas right there in tight in front for the rebound to get these goals that teams never love to give up. But as a Canadiens fan, watching Gallagher score these goals night in and night out, you can't help but smile. And at this point, it's tied. It's going into overtime. And this is where we get the fact that Max is better than Max. Max Domi at this point is the guy who Max Pacioretty is supposed to check. And Jeff Petrie is just circling in at the Vegas blue line. He sends a pass right through the slot over onto a streaking Max Domi who comes right in. He's blown by his check, who is Max Pacioretty. Domi with a nice move, scores it, the game is over. The Habs complete the 3-goal comeback in what is essentially their 6th and 7th periods of NHL play within 2 nights. Kinkaid gets the win, so there you go. The backup gets a nice one on the back-to-back, and the Canadiens come away with this one winning. Interesting result, but an awesome effort by the Habs to really seal the deal here. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Nah, man, these 2 points are coming back to Montreal. Hope you enjoyed this video. Social and bye.